So, today we got some very interesting Go Rush news given to us as we see a sneak peek into the first booster set, called Galaxy of Fate. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're here to look at the artwork given for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush set Galaxy of Fate. Plus we have some insect support cards that will be in this set to explore. So starting off, let's look at that box art. We can clearly see Udius with his dual disc and an ace monster behind him in the background. So first off, the fact that the same logo that both Yumaru and Yuhi have on their orange overalls appears on this dual disc, I think is a pretty cool feature. Now when I first saw this, I thought this could mean that either Udius is joining the company that Yumaru sort of works for / owns. So that's one thing. The other thing I thought of would be that maybe Yumaru's company makes the upgraded dual discs that we see here. And of course, when you make something, you want to brand it. So that's why the logo is on the dual disc. Now while on the topic of the dual discs, there is a small difference in the shading colour of red between this one and the traditional Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s that we've seen throughout that show. It's a very small, fine detail, but I think this could be a way to kind of tone down the dual disc's colour to match Udius's design, as it does differ from that, say, of Yuga in terms of art style, as Udius looks a lot more serious and a lot more mature. Plus, if you notice, Udius has like this red jewel on his character design that is the same shade of the dual disc itself, where Yuga had a very vibrant red jacket that matched the vibrantness of the dual disc when that glowed red within 7s. Looking at the ace monster within this box art, you can't help but see a difference in the colour when looking at the head and neck of this dragon, especially when we compare it to the first dragon that we saw in the trailer when Go Rush was announced. Now this could be the same dragon, but when it's in action / using its skill, it gets a darker colour and changes form midway through battle. That would be quite a cool feature to give to a monster, but I can see that being a very big pain in the backside when animating. So this could be like a first form of Udius's ace monster dragon, and then when he levels up he gets that darker one that we see in the trailer. Who knows at this point? I just think they're two different monsters, but I could see a way for it to be the same one. Also, have you looked at the card that Udius is holding? The card that he's holding does not look like an effect monster. If this is the case, then it's very similar to that of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX's Judai / Jaden. After all, he had Elemental Hero Neos as his ace, which was a non-effect monster, and with Jaden being the second protagonist in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, and Udius being the second protagonist in the Rush Dueling era, there's a little connection between the two already. Overall, I really like seeing this full design of Udius, as his character might get memed on quite a lot on social media, but it does have a very cool, mature vibe to it that I can't wait to see animated when the show finally gets released. Next up, let's look at some card reveals. Now the translations for these cards and the effects I got from the YGO organization website, so thank you so much for the translations, and I'll link the article in the description down below. But firstly, we have Princess Ladybug White. This is a level 4 light insect monster with 700 attack and 1300 defense. Its effect, special summon 2 level 4 or lower insect type monsters from your hand to the field, then inflict 700 points of damage to your opponent. Now this skill is okay, as its real purpose is to inflict burn damage onto your opponent, because when special summoning monsters from your hand, it does seem a little bit irrelevant in rush duels, because you have no limit on how many monsters you can summon from your hand per turn. Which makes me think that moving forward we might get more archetypes that support the idea of special summoning as a requirement for the skill to be used. After all, most cards that have effects have requirements that you need to achieve before pulling or triggering the skill of the card. So you could have something like requirement, must be special summoned to activate this effect. Now looking at the monster's design, it does remind me of Aoyama from My Hero Academia, especially with the kind of belly button laser beam shooting out. Was I the only one who thought that? Anyway, let's move on to the next card. Next up we've got Darmoth Caterpillar, a level 3 Earth Insect effect type monster, with 1000 attack and 0 defense points. Its effect is pretty okay as well. It is the following. Requirements: you can activate this by sending one monster insect type from your hand to the graveyard. Effect: draw one card. Now as for its design, I do really like the small wings that it's got on his back, because it looks like he's trying his best, but ultimately something happened with evolution. It's a sweet design overall, and it is something, so let's see it get animated, shall we? And finally, the last card that was revealed today is a card called Forrest of Ladies. This is a field spell card, and its effect is the following. Requirements: nothing. The effect: if this card is face up on the field zone, face up defense position monsters insect type on your field cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, looking at that effect in particular, this tells me that we might be getting a few more support cards for this particular archetype that kind of help support and affect insect monsters, helping them switch battle positions. So maybe after you attack, you can activate a card and it switches you into defense mode to help get some use and viability out of this field spell and saving your monsters from card effects. But then the question does arise after that. Who do you think will use these particular cards within the anime? I kind of want Yumaru to use these monsters. For whatever reason. Maybe she could get them as a gift from Auntie Nanaho. But most likely it's going to be a side character that uses this particular sort of set of cards. Maybe similarly to like a character like Bakuro or, you know, one of our Menzaburo side characters. Anyways, with all that being said, that was the reveals and my first thoughts and impressions on the cards and the box art. Let me know what you think. Do you think I missed something? If I did, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit like, comment, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And as always, have a great day. Arigato, matane, goodbye.